Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. The cat's out of the bag. The cat being my first rank 4 6-star. And I gotta tell you, I know so many of you have said to me, Prof, should have ranked up Dr. Doom. Heck, maybe you should have ranked up Ghost. You might have even ranked up Aegon. Or, who I think is going to be my ideal target, best case scenario for my next rank 4, Cosmic Ghost Rider. Even though he's only Sig 22. Here's the deal with Cosmic Ghost Rider. He's amazing, right? Even at rank 3. I love how it's even at rank 3. Like, rank 3 is still amazing, and for the majority of players that aren't at the top of the top, shout out again to somebody like KT1, whose entire profile front page right now is rank 4s. That's beyond impressive to me. But Corvus and Cosmic Ghost Rider have done so much better damage since I reset my masteries. Now, here's the deal. I only reset them because I went, one of the many mistakes, many mistakes that I made going into the final Act 7 Kang fight was keeping my masteries at suicides. That was, again, a horrible idea. So I had to reset them and take off suicides, and shout out to KT1 for also giving that advice. But now that I've turned them back, I decided to do something different. And you can see the attack right now for rank 3 Cosmic Ghost Rider is 5,000. Keep in mind, I am not running boosts. This is how he is with the mastery setup. 5,000 attack, 36,000 health. Rank 4 Corvus, 6,000 attack, 41,000 health. 6,000 attack. But the interesting thing is, once you've got the 5 Cosmic Vengeance charges on the opponent, Cosmic Ghost Rider is still at times out damaging rank 4 Corvus. But I think the playstyle, the utility, and just overall even the loyalty of Corvus still slightly edges out my love for Cosmic Ghost Rider. But he's going to be next if I have a say-so in it. And in my inventory, though, we are still far from our next rank, our second next rank 4, I should say. I do have, thanks to that offer, almost a fully formed Tier 6 Basic and a fully formed Tier 3 Alpha. So we're almost 33% there, which is not nothing. What I want to show you now, though, is my favorite mastery setup that's going to be my go-to going forward, and it's all about offense, specifically this change. You see, the beautiful thing about taking 6 stars to rank 4 is that their health pool, even with maxed out glass cannon, is still huge. So I have not noticed at all, especially with a Deadpool X-Force Nick Fury Restoration Kit synergy. I have not noticed the 7.2% decrease in base health in a fight at all. But the increase of 7.2% base attack, I certainly have noticed that. I have been doing crits unboosted with Corvus, especially in the Cosmic Event Quest, of almost or slightly over 100,000. That's incursion level crits. And then for Cosmic Ghost Rider, between all of the hits and crits of his special 2, I've been doing over 100,000. And that makes me very excited to take him to rank 4, of course. So I maxed out Glass Cannon because I had this realization, even though I love Blade, even though I love Wolverine, heck, I love Apocalypse. Champions that do bleed damage, I used to use champions that did bleed damage 60 to 80% of the time. Now I use them maybe 20% of the time max. Because of that, the same advice that I give people regarding who to rank up, because a lot of times if you're in between 2 God tier or beyond God tier champs, the tiebreaker, which is why I took Corvus to rank 4 first, is who do you use the most? Well, according to my own logic and advice, I use Corvus the most. He's my Alliance quest lead, my Event quest lead, my side quest lead champ. In the same way, if you don't use champions as much that your masteries are geared toward, you've got to come to a reckoning that maybe you should change them up. Part of me, especially because I put so many mastery cores into a combination of Deep Wounds, Despair, and even Assassin, I can max 5 out of 5 all of them if I want, because I've unlocked them. I wasted thousands of units doing that only to not use them anymore. Learn from my mistakes, YouTube. But, and there is a big but I ended up doing something really exciting, and that's realizing that as my playstyle was shifting, I need to shift too. So, you can see Precision's maxed, Cruelty's maxed, Glass Cannon's maxed. Courage is not. And I do think if there's anything controversial about my Mastery setup, it's that I don't have Courage at 3 out of 3. And I know this is going to sound weird, but I don't think I need it. And besides that, because I love the arena and I've given my soul to it for 5+ years now, I like having the highest PI available for champions. This Mastery setup allows you to have such a high rating for your champions that, again, my rank 4 Corvus almost to 25,000, Doom over 23,000, Guillotine 2099, 22,000, Falcon and Namor 21,000. I did put the rest of my generic 6-star 6 stones, by the way, into Falcon. He's now Sig 178, and that's made a huge difference getting him up Sig levels for the duration of his utility. Now, when we go back to Masteries, it's important to point out that my defense has almost the minimum amount to max willpower. Another huge change that I made in my Mastery setup was taking away Coagulate. This is something that I loved using, especially with Blade, because he took less damage at the beginning of the fight while bleeding. But now that I still use champions more, like especially my Omega Red, I actually want him to bleed longer because that helps his utility. So I took those 3 points away and added them into proficiencies, which you'll see in a second. I still think if you've got block proficiency maxed out, you don't have to worry about perfect block. That's just a personal preference. A similar thing is true regarding my proficiencies, but I do believe in Salve. I know people look at this and are like, whatever, prof. I don't think Salve needs to be maxed out. Every little bit of health helps, especially when you run suicides. And then the same thing, of course, is true for recovery in general. I don't know why you wouldn't max recovery out no matter what situation you were in. And then proficiencies, I still have 2 out of 3 in parry. 3 out of 3 in stupefy, 2 out of 3 in petrify, and 2 out of 3 in pacify. Now, if I was to want to max courage, let's say you want to do a slight variation, I would go down to parry at 1 out of 3 and either petrify or pacify at 1 out of 3 and then put those 2 extra points into courage, even though that doesn't give me really any boost in overall PI. So if you're thinking about tweaking that slightly, that would be my recommendation. But either way, this is my Mastery setup going forward. I love it. It has been amazing and has produced results that are better than when I used to have different Mastery setups, even with suicides, and putting in like a greater champion 30% boost for attack and health. So really happy to share this with the community. Thank you for, as always, supporting the channel. Thank you for the support with the channel redesign, the new hat, the new girlfriend. Not that I'm trying to equate those. A lot of new things are happening in my life. It's a new birthday. It's 34. I officially made it on this planet longer than Jesus. Think about that. Have a good rest of your weekend on that random note. Thanks for watching.